Hi, this is Brad Constantine, and this is a podcast recording of the Old Testament. Although this is not an official recording of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, every effort's been made to be as doctrinally accurate as possible. I'll be using for the text the Joseph Smith translation of the Old Testament, along with many commentaries from general authorities of the Church, BYU professors, Bible scholars, and others. This format will be very detailed, and so if you want a deep analysis of the Old Testament, you come to the right place. Thanks for your attendance. Welcome back. This will be for Lamentations chapter 5. Now this is a prayer for aid. The Lord alone held the key to Judah's deliverance. Her plight was very sad, and her sins had made it so. Water and wood are mentioned in verse 4 as the greatest necessities of life, without which it is impossible to exist. Both of these they must buy for themselves, because the country with its waters and forests is in the possession of the enemy. The emphasis lies on our water, our wood, what they formerly had as their own property for nothing, they must now purchase. That was by Keel and Delitzsch, out of the Institute Manual. Jeremiah was a living prophet in his day. The evil people, particularly the leaders of Judah, cast aside his words as naught. He delivered the message that the Lord gave him, but he ended up in prison. Eventually, he was driven out of Israel and compelled to live in Egypt. President Ezra Taft Benson has said, "As a prophet reveals the truth, it divides the people. The honest in heart heed his words, but the unrighteous either ignore the prophet or fight him." When the prophet points out the sins of the world either want to close the mouth of the prophet or else act as if the prophet didn't exist, rather than repent of their sins. Popularity is never a test of truth. Many a prophet has been killed or cast out. As we come closer to the Lord's second coming, we can expect that as the people of the world become more wicked, the prophet will be less popular with them. It is the living prophet who really upsets the world, even in the church. President Kimball said, "Many are prone to garnish the sepulchres of yesterday's prophets and mentally stone the living ones." Why? Because the living prophet tells us what we need to know and do now, and the world prefers that prophets either be dead or mind their own business. Some would-be authorities on politics want the prophet to keep still about politics. Some would-be authorities on evolution want the prophet to keep still about evolution. The list goes on and on. How we respond to the words of a living prophet when he tells us what we need to know but would rather not hear is a test of our faithfulness. Those who covenant with God are bound to him in righteousness. Ancient Judah cut that tie when she rebelled against the Lord and failed to heed Jeremiah's words. The result was that she was carried away captive into Babylon, and that's from the Institute Manual. So that's basically what 22 is about. Again, that's one of those 22 verses. Chapter 5, the 22 verses of that chapter. Anyway, that's the end that I'm going to read today, and we'll see you next time. Bye.